Okay, so what we're going to do now is have a look at how you can edit some of the information that's stored for your FileDirector documents. So, for example, here we have a Lloyd's TSB statement from 2012, and over here on the index side of things we've got the date and the supplier. Now if I wanted to edit that information, I could just type change some of the information here. So let me show you. If we click into the Edit tab, we've now got a new bunch of icons appear. So we've got clear index fields, we've got save changes and move to the next document, or we could combine documents, join them together, or we could split the documents. So one of the things you need to understand is what the icons down here are telling you. So for example, this document here is archived, it's on the server, it has history, and say we want to change some of that information. So we want to change that from Lloyd's TSB Bank PLC, we might want to call it just Lloyd's Bank. I could just change it, edit it, and save the changes. And if you see what happened there, it kind of saved the changes and then archived the document back into the system. So if I now did a search for Lloyd's Bank, we should be able to find our 3-page document that we just changed, and actually we could tell if that was revised by going right click document info, and up here on the history we can see that it's today it was retrieved, and then half an hour later it was modified by the admin user, and it was retrieved again a few minutes after that. So that's your document history. Now up here we've got information on when the document was originally created, what size it is, if it's been sent to anyone. So we might want to check that document out now, which means we ring fence it and lock it. So if I go right click check out, if you see now I've moved over to the locals tabs. My search results are still there, but my icon has changed to a green tick to say it's been checked out. This means that your colleagues can now not edit the document. They can view it and retrieve it, but they can't edit it or change it in any way because you've locked it out. So I might want to also check out this document here. So if I check that one out, I've now got 2 documents here in my local documents. They've effectively moved from the server to my computer and they're locked to me. And now if I move back over to my Edit tab, I can do things like, yes, I can multiple select them, and I could use this icon here to join them together. So if I click that, I've now got the original 7-page document, but the 3-page document we had has been merged with the other one, so it's now been saved. So if I wanted to change that to Lloyd's Bank Test, I could save the changes, and we've put that into the server as well now. So if I go Lloyd's Bank Test, we move to the search tab, there's our 10-page document, and if we go into the document info on that, look at the history, we can see it's modified, and then it was modified here 1616 and retrieved again. But also if we go into the revisions tab down here, we can see the changes now for ourselves. So we've got revision number 3 where it's called Lloyd's Bank Test, revision number 2 where it's called Lloyd's Bank, and revision number 1 where it was called Lloyd's TSB Bank PLC. But also when we look at this, it will tell you how many pages are added on. So this is the kind of belt and braces compliance that you need to prove that your documents are genuine. You have an audit trail, you have a history of each document. So it's perfectly acceptable for you to go through editing and changing your documents anytime you like, but just remember that there is a history and the document will be, the changes will be recorded. And you, just to show you again, you get to that view by clicking the revisions tab down here. So if you wanted to get back to the original 3-page document, you can do, and you can see it's 3 pages there. If we went back to the 10-page document up here, and we could page through the 10 pages there. Now this works as well for if you deleted a page. It would effectively not display it anymore, but it will still be there in the background. Now one other thing that's worth showing you is when you go to the options tab up here, there's a number of ticks which are quite useful. And one of them is auto check in new documents after edit. So every time I edited a document you saw it disappear. So that's because I had this ticked here. But we can also have remove revised documents after check-in. That's quite a useful facility. So you can play around with the settings up here to make sure that you're happy with the way they're set up. Also, there's, while we're on this combo box, there's some other miscellaneous settings to do with when you email a document. You can always make sure it's converted to PDF, and you can build the file name up based on index fields. There's some options to do with printing. You can choose the way that you have your Win client, the way it's displayed. At the moment it's style 3 blue 1, but if I changed it to style 3 lavender, clicked OK and logged out, when we log back in we notice this color scheme has changed. So I'll probably want to change that straight back again. So you can play around with that and get that any way you want. Also on the options tab up here was signatures, where you can record your own signature. The location of the local files when they're cached onto your computer, and the actual FileDirector server that you're linking to. Normally you just have one, but because we have multiple test servers then we've got others there. Hope that's useful.